Hey, so here I am, ready to answer some of the questions that I've been getting. I've gotten a lot of questions since I posted the video of myself shaving my head. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it down below. But I've gotten a lot of questions on Facebook, on Messenger, on Instagram DMing. I've gotten a lot of text messages. I've gotten a lot of people coming up to me in person asking me questions. You know, friends, people I just see around town, strangers. And a lot of the questions are the same, and you know, some of them are different, but for the most part, people are wondering the same thing. So I thought I would make a video, answer some of those questions for you. And yeah, so, you know, I didn't do this because I'm unhappy with my husband or my kids or my life. That's quite the opposite, actually. I'm very happy with our life, with our family, with everything that we have. I'm extremely grateful. I'm extremely blessed. And it had nothing to do with them. It had nothing to do with anyone but me. So let's just put that out there. The number one question that I've gotten asked since I posted the video is, are you okay? And I'm not entirely sure what they mean by that. Like, I mean, do you mean, are you okay? Do you have cancer? Are you sick? No, I'm not sick. I don't have any sort of disease or cancer. This isn't a health thing. And I mean, the other way to take are you okay is, are you depressed? I know that that's stereotypical. And no, I'm not depressed. I'm unhappy with myself. Not anyone in my life, like not my husband, not my kids, not my family, but with myself, I'm unhappy. I don't think of it as a depressed kind of a feeling, though. It's more of a frustrated kind of feeling with myself. I know that I've shared with you guys before that I like to start a lot of things. I don't like to finish a lot of things, and that, you know, that's as a whole. And I was sort of just tired of doing that, and I needed a slap in the face and a wake-up call that, you know, if I want things to change, I have to change them. Another big question that I've gotten a lot is, how did your husband react? What were his thoughts? What, you know, did he think you were losing your mind? And no, I told him the day before I shaved my head that I told him minutes after making the decision that I was going to do this. And I, you know, sat down with him and I explained why I wanted to do it, what I was going to do. There were tears involved, obviously. He was extremely supportive. He listened, you know, he asked what he could do. And I told him the same thing that I'm telling you, like, it doesn't have anything to do with you. It doesn't have anything to do with anyone. It's just something that I need to do for me inside. And he, you know, he understood. And so a funny story about that is, I've always liked his hair buzzed cut. That's my preferable haircut for him. And he doesn't. He likes his hair to be a little bit longer, longer than I do, a lot longer than I do. And you know, he was currently in the process of starting to grow it back out again. When I sat him down and told him my decision, and I went in the bathroom, finished getting ready for the day, came back out of the bathroom, and he was standing there with a shaved head, you know, to show me he supported my decision and that he was there with me. And you know, that I didn't need him to do that. I didn't ask him to do that, but it was really sweet. Another question is, you know, how did my girls react? And I did prep my oldest before I did it, because I know that she struggles with change, and she has a hard time when my husband cuts his hair, let alone me cutting, you know, 16 inches off of my head. So I told her beforehand, and we sat down, and she cried a lot because she, again, just doesn't like change. and I told her the truth. I told her, you know, this was for me. This was because I needed to do something to make myself happy and to grow as a person. And people keep asking me, like, am I worried how my kids feel about it? The youngest two, they don't mind. I mean, they notice, obviously. They like to touch my head, but they've not said too much about it. And my oldest, you can see in the video that I linked below, she does end up coming into the bathroom while I'm doing it, and she's fine with it, and she sits there and she helps and she talks to me throughout the process. And I mean, ultimately, I think her watching me do this is a really good lesson for her. Not only does outer beauty not matter as much as inner beauty, I mean, people rely on their hair and their makeup and their clothes to make them feel good about themselves. And yeah, we're all like that, obviously. But showing her that that's not all there is, I think, is a great lesson. And showing her, all three of them, but showing them you gotta do what makes you happy. You just do. And it doesn't matter what other people think, and it doesn't matter what other people say or even necessarily feel. It's about you, and I am proud that she's gonna learn that lesson through this. So some of the more light-hearted questions that I've gotten so far is, are you gonna keep it short? Are you gonna keep shaving it? And I'm not quite sure yet. Like, I like it. I don't know what my plan is for it yet, so I can't really answer that question, I guess. But this is what it is now, and it's gonna take a while to be anything else, and that's okay. You know, what's the best part of having a shaved head? And for sure the best part about having a shaved head is time. I mean, it takes 0 time to shower. It takes 0 time to get ready. I never have to think about how my hair looks when I leave the house. And that used to be a big part of what was going on in my head when I was leaving the house. My hair, I said this before, my hair was so thin that when I would pull it back in a ponytail, like you could see my scalp, and it wasn't, I didn't like the way that looked, and it was something that I constantly worried about and thought about, and I don't have to do that anymore. Do you see my scalp anyway? It is what it is. So that's the best part for sure. The worst part about having a shaved head, it's been really rainy here this week. That's really cold. I don't like that. I don't like the shower because when the water hits my head, there's nowhere for it to stay or soak into or reserve. So it's literally just a waterfall down the front of my face the whole shower. I don't really like that, but I'm not in there for very long anymore, so And I've gotten those same exact questions over and over and over and over. And if there's something different you're wondering, like, don't be afraid to ask me. Like, just ask me. Like, just ask. To go a little more into, like, the whole being unhappy with myself thing. You know, I didn't get this way overnight. I didn't become unhappy overnight. And to throw, I don't know. I did shave my head overnight. You know, losing my hair was instant. It was super fast. But it growing back won't be. And it's something that I knew going into this. It's something I was prepared for. And the slow process of watching it grow back, you know, it's a day-by-day thing, and there's nothing I can do to speed it up, and there's nothing I can do to make it come back. And, you know, that's sort of a metaphor for my life. Like, I got unhappy slowly, and it's gonna be a slow process to become truly happy with myself again. And watching the slow progress of my hair grow back is just it's a firm reminder that I can't speed it up. I can't push a magic button and make it better. It's something I'm gonna have to work at every single day. It's something that I'm gonna have to see through for once. I'm gonna have to finish it. I forced finished maybe, but I will have to finish it. So that is why I shaved my head. You know, I kind of like making the videos and sharing them with you because I know I'm not the only one that is going through things. I know I'm not the only one that feels these things, and maybe I'm the only one that's gonna shave their head about it. But that doesn't make the feelings any less real for everyone. So I'm gonna continue to make videos. If you have something that you want me to make a video about, or if you have something that you connect with, let me know. I really do want to hear about it. And I know that I'm saying it doesn't matter what other people think, and maybe it doesn't matter what other people feel. That's in the negative sense. If someone doesn't like my hair, or if someone thinks I've gone crazy, like, okay, think whatever you want. I mean, we live in a pretty small town, and I'm just gonna say it, this town can be a pretty cliquey town and not always the nicest. So they can think whatever they want, but the people who genuinely have a connection or genuinely like think what I'm doing is awesome, they've been outpouring their love for what I did and for what I'm gonna be doing, and I cannot say thank you enough. And it warms my heart to read your comments or your messages or have the conversations with you on the sidewalk. It genuinely makes me happy, and I want to keep doing that. So I'll see you next time.